Good morning, everybody. It's Mr. Cognetti from the Citizenship Academy, and today we're going to be doing Module 6, Lesson number 22. We are going to continue with learning about coins. Okay, so today we're going to focus on identifying the coins. So which is the quarter, which is the penny, dime, and nickel. Identifying how much each one is worth. And then we're going to work on adding some together and figuring out what one more than a given amount of coins is, okay? So we're going to work with simple addition with smaller numbers, but it's going to be involving money, okay? So it'll be fun. Before we do that, I want to start with an application problem, actually. I want to warm up with this, and it's got things worded in a way that a lot of us have found a little bit confusing, which I can find confusing every once in a while. So I wanted to go over it so we can talk through it and figure it out, okay? So it says Peter has 6 more pencils than blue, or 6 more red pencils than blue pencils. So it's talking about 6 more. So today we're going to be talking about 1 more, but right now we're going to figure out what 6 more is. And you guys might have heard on some of my assessments where I say, what's 10 more than 5? Things like that, okay? So when we hear that, there's a certain way, or we'll get to it, but there's a certain way we got to solve that problem. So Peter has 6 more red pencils than he does blue pencils. He has 8 blue pencils. So so how many red pencils does he have? So that's what we're trying to figure out, okay? So I'm going to write down what I know. For red pencils, I'm going to write 6 more than blue. And then for blue pencils, he has 8. So he's got 8 pencils, okay? So now I need to figure out, well, if he's got 6 more red pencils than he does blue pencils, I need to figure out how many that is. So let's think, how can we solve this? How can we figure out how many red pencils? Now, how many they have total? How many red pencils he has? Okay. There's a couple different ways we can solve this. First one is I'm going to draw a picture. I'm going to draw what I know. I know he's got 8 blue pencils. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so he's got 8 blue pencils, and it says he's got 6 more red ones than his blue ones. So however many blue ones there are, he's got this many red ones plus 6 more. So plus 6 more, right? So we're really doing 8 blue pencils plus 6 more. Okay, so let's see. I'll show you in what I mean by this with a picture. Okay, so it says he has 6 more than blue. So if he's got more red pencils than blue pencils, he definitely has 8 red pencils, right? Because if he had 8 red pencils, it'd say he has the same amount of red pencils as he does blue. So he at least has 8. So I'm going to draw 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that would be, if this was the case, we would say he's got the same amount of red pencils as he does blue pencils, and he's got 8 blue pencils. But he's got 6 more red ones than he does blue. So this is how many blues he's got, and he's got 6 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is how many red pencils he has. He's got 8 plus these 6. Okay? So whenever we're trying to figure out how much more something is than a given number, we take that number and we add however many more we're trying to find. So we're trying to find what 6 more than 8 is. We take 8 and we add 6. So that's 6 more than 8. Let's figure out what that is. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So he's got 14 red pencils. And 14 is 6 more than 8. Because if you have 8, and then I give you 6 more pencils, now you have 14 pencils. That's how we solve that problem. So if I were to ask you what 5 more than 5 is, we're going to do 5 plus 5. And that is 10. If I were to ask you what 1 more than 1 is, you're going to do 1 plus that 1 more, right? Say I have 1 pen, but I want to know what 1 more than 1 is. Well, I'm going to take 1 more pen, and now I have 2 pens, right? If I were to ask you what is 4 more than 6, you would do 6 plus 4, all right? So keep that in mind when we're working on our coins. Okay, which brings us to our coins, all right? I'm going to pull up a coin. I want you to think what the name of that coin is, and then how much it's worth, okay? Actually, before we even talk about that, what is the unit we use when we're talking about money with coins? Is it dollars? No, we don't talk about dollars when we're talking about coins. We use cents, okay? And remember, our cents symbol is like that, or it's spelled C-E-N-T-S, cents, okay? And that is the symbol we use. All right, so it's bringing us to our first coin. I'm bringing it over here, and I'm going to make it a lot bigger so you can see it. But it's not the biggest coin, okay? So here's the coin we're looking at first. What coin is this? What is its name? Have it in your head because I can't call on you guys. All right, here we go. This is what it's called. This one is a penny. Can everybody say penny? 1, 2, 3, penny. So this is a penny. And how much is it worth? It is worth 1 cent. And we put the cent symbol after the number, okay? So 1 cent. It is the smallest amount in our coins, so it is worth the least amount. We don't have anything worth less than 1 cent. So this is just 1. If we look at this, we call this basically a 1, all right? Think about when we're working with tens and ones, this is a 1 because it's only worth 1 cent, all right? And that's our penny. Remember, this is the only brown one or copper-colored one, all right? So that is our penny. Bring it back up here. Then we're going to bring over this one. It is not our penny, and it is not 1 cent. I'm going to make it bigger, though. This is our smallest coin, but it is not worth the least amount. Okay, maybe it doesn't want to get bigger for me. Oh, come on. All right, let me get a different one so it gets bigger. Oopsies. Bringing this out here. Boom! Now we got this bigger one. All right, so what is the name of this coin? Do you remember? This one is a dime. Can we say dime? 1, 2, 3, dime. It's a magic E word, right? We got the E making the I say its name. So this is a dime. And does anybody remember how much it is worth? How much it is worth? This one is worth 10 cents. All right, so 10 cents. Remember, the cent symbol goes after the number. All right, and this is our 10. All right, this is a group of 10. If this is 10 cents and a penny is 1, that means 10 pennies fit inside of this. So this is 10 cents. We can call our bundle of 10 pennies, right? This is 10 cents. This is a dime. Say it one more time with me. 1, 2, 3, dime. Very good. And it is our smallest coin. So we have our dime, that is 10 cents. So hold on, let me write these over here. We got penny is 1 cent. We have our dime, which is 10 cents. And then it brings us to our next coin. This is our second biggest coin. Okay. Second biggest. There's only one coin that's bigger. Does anyone remember what this coin is called? This one is a nickel. Does anyone remember how much it is worth? All right, so we have a penny is 1 cent, a dime is 10 cents, a nickel is 5 cents. Okay, so a nickel is 5. We use these when we want to count by fives with our change. All right, so this is 5 cents, so 5 pennies make up a nickel. All right, can we make up how much a nickel is worth by using a dime that's 10 cents? No, we can't because a dime's worth too much. So this is 5 cents. So I'm going to write that one over here. And remember, our cent symbol goes after the number. All right, so that's our nickel. We have our penny that is 1 cent, our dime that is 2 cents, our nickel that is 5 cents, and brings us to our last coin. It is our biggest coin, and it is worth the most amount of money. Does anyone remember what this coin is called? This one is quarter. Everyone say quarter. 1, 2, 3, quarter. All right, this is the biggest coin, like I said. Does anyone remember how much it's worth? All right, remember our quarters are worth 25 cents. So a lot more than any of those, right? So our next closest one is 10 cents. 25 cents. All right, so this is worth the most amount of money. It is our biggest coin. It is called the quarter. All right. Okay. So we have our coins. On your homework, you're going to have to identify those coins, I'm sure. And so we're going to have to make sure we know which one is which. But let's see. I want to pull up one of these coins. I'm going to pull up to the center of my screen. And I want you guys to tell me how much it's worth. And we'll go from there. All right? So let me get to it. Give me a sec. Hold on. Okay. Boom. What do we got here? What do we got? It is our penny. Correct. How much is it worth? It is worth 1 cent if we look at our penny. What's this one? I'll make it a little bigger. This is our nickel. Nickel is worth 5 cents, okay? What about this? What if I pull both of these down here? So now I have a nickel and a penny. How much money do I have right here? So this is where simple math comes in for adding our coins together. Our nickel is worth 5 cents. Our penny is worth 1 cent. So we have 5 cents plus 1 cent. What is 5 plus 1? 5 plus 1 is 6. 6 cents. Now, the next one I'm going to ask you this way, but I could have asked you, oh, well, we have 5 cents. What's 1 more cent than 5? 5 plus this 1 more. That's what we're doing. If I say what's 1 more, we're just going to add 1. If I say what's 2 more, you add 2. Okay? Let's try something else. How much is this coin worth? This is our dime. How much is our dime worth? Our dime is worth 10 cents. So right here, we have 10. We got a group of 10, right? Well, how much money do I have if I have 1 more cent more than a dime? So now I throw that penny in. What's 1 more? Well, our dime is 10 cents plus 1 more. So what's 1 more? Well, we add 1 cent. 1 cent or 10 cents plus 1 cent. How much is that? 10, 11. Now we have 11 cents. Okay? Adding 1 more. How about this? Maybe I can stump you with this one. How much is this coin worth? Actually, what is this coin called? It's our biggest one. This is called our quarter. So we have a quarter. And how much is a quarter worth? Oh, we can look over here. quarter, 25 cents. Well, okay, so you have a quarter. Boom, you got 25 cents. I want to know what one more is. All right, this will be our last one. What's one more than 25 cents? Well, to do that, we need to do 25 plus 1 cent. And if we put 25 right ahead and count one more, we go 25, 26. Oh, I knew one more than 5 is 6, so one more than 25 is 26. Awesome, we have 26 cents. Boom. All right. You guys are going to keep practicing adding coins together in your homework, all right? So just remember, this is going to be simple math. You guys have been doing this math all year, all right? The biggest number you're going to work with is 25. All the other numbers are very small. We got 1, 10, and 5. Well, you guys have been doing awesome with those numbers, all right? So work on that for your homework. Make sure you know the names of each coin because that's important. If you don't have it memorized yet, don't worry, it'll come to you. Just try and memorize it each time you work on it, okay? Good luck, guys. You guys rock, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, everybody.